Good morning. We are on our last meeting for our finalization for our business proposal. Next week will be our presentation of the board. I hope that we are all done on our assigned tasks in order for us to finally send them the soft copy of our presentation if they want to. Mr. Ipil, I will start with your tasks. Did you gather necessary datum for our finalization in our business proposal?
Yes, sir. I already finalized the datum. I just want to clarify their problem. So this is what they want us to do. SMDC predicted that the total completion of time of their new Shopwise branch in Cabuyao City, Laguna will be 16 months. But they want to finish it on the 14th month to be able to open it for the holiday season, sir. And they believe that if they open before the holiday season, they will earn more profit even if they add costs in order for the construction to finish early. They want to know the cost if the project will be finished in 14 months. And these are the data as you can see on the table. So the table shows the activities with its immediate predecessors. If a certain activity has an immediate predecessor, the predecessor should finish the first in order to start that particular activity. And the second table, as you can see, the table shows the corresponding cost per activity and the time to be finished.
Good. As industrial engineers, we use operations research in order to provide our client the data that they need to know if they want to finish their construction early. We will use project crashing or PERT CPM model in order to know that if SMDC wants to finish it at 14th month, we can provide them the corresponding costs. How's the PERT or CPM model, Ms. Surel?
Yes, sir. I already constructed the PERT CPM diagram, so here are the copies. The diagram that I provided shows the earliest time and earliest finish per activity.
Okay, Mr. Gecolea, how about the slack time and critical path?
I already predicted the critical path or the activities that do not have time allowances. Therefore, they should not be delayed. As you can see on the table on page 3, I have computed the slack time based on the computed earliest and finish time. Slack is the allowance time that a certain activity can have delays as long as it will not exceed on the slack time threshold. Those activities that have zero slack, they do not have time allowances, therefore they should construct on the exact time.
I already input the necessary data on the POM-QM software, and the input is shown on table number 4. As I interpret and analyze the results based on the results given by the software, I have computed the cost if the Shopwise will be finished at the 14th month, and an additional cost of $729,500 will be incurred.
So the comparison of cost between the 15th-week completion time and 14th-week completion time is shown on table 5.
So I conclude that in order to finish the project in 14 months, their cost will increase from 20,600,425.05 pesos to 21,408,925. Because if SMDC want to finish it 2 months earlier, it will require additional manpower and other factors in order to speed up the construction, therefore increasing its costs. So I think we're ready for the presentation. Thank you for attending this meeting and for being a part of this project. I know that this will be another success for our team. Just be ready. Meeting dismissed. Thank you.
So, good day everyone. As requested by Mr. Almoro, we're about to build a Shopwise here in Cabuyao. So, for details of that activity, please get one and pass. So, for the task designation, Engineer Alama will be on estimation. Engineer Hernandez will be on materials. Engineer Canillas will be on surveying. Engineer Jaca will be on plumbing. And lastly, Engineer Buenaventura for soil test. So, let's start reviewing the reports. Let's start with Engineer Canillas with the surveying.
So apparently, the land is about 18,000 square meters, and the proposed size of the project is 17,707 square meters. So we still have around 200 square meters spare, so we can still add more features in the proposed project.
Is that so? That would be a really great factor.
Well, I suggest we should build up an additional space for parking I guess it will be beneficial later on since we're building a store.
That would be a great idea. So how about the soil testing going, Engineer San Buenaventura?
Based on the lab results, some of the portion of the land is a bit soft because it has a large value of moisture content than the average. But other than that portion, the rest of the land have a good quality and capable of undergoing construction.
So what do you suggest about that small portion?
There are quite a lot of options, but I suggest that we must design a landscape. We can plant various trees, plants, flowers. Besides, it can be a great view other than the main structure itself.
That would be a great idea. So, Engineer Hernandez, how about the materials?
So, the materials were almost complete, sir. However, the supplier of the hollow blocks told me that they'll have a delay on delivery. So, I have yet to decide on whether to wait for them or should I find another supplier.
I think we should wait for them because finding another supplier would be a risk. And besides, they give us the best quality of hollow blocks and it's already tested. I think we should not find another supplier.
Yes, I'm also considering that part. So, okay then, I'll contact them later and tell them that we're going to wait for their delivery.
Okay, that's settled. How about Engineer Jaca? How about the plumbing?
I have already finished designing all the floors. However, some materials are still needed to be completed. I'm having difficulties on how should I connect the septic tank into the main waste disposal. The location of the septic tank is quite far from the main source.
So that seems to be a big problem. What do you suggest?
Actually, I have two options. The first is we'll have to adjust the size and location of the pipes, or we could just relocate the entire septic tank and push it after all.
So both required a lot of work, right? Which do you think is the best?
I guess adjusting the size of the pipes and relocating it would be the best. Although it would cost us a lot more, it would save us a lot of time and effort.
Okay, I guess that's the best option. Engineer Alama, how's the estimation so far?
The estimation is still in process, sir. Although I have the initial draft, I cannot say that it would be final because there are a lot of changes to be made, especially in the material schedule and cost, probably because they are still adjusting.
So I need the estimation as soon as possible. So when will you submit it?
The project estimation could be finalized in a few days, and the changes were just few, and we can easily input these changes to give the final project.
Okay, I'll wait for it.
Thank
So I guess the preparation were all complete after all. Thank you everyone for your time and I'll wait for your outputs on the next day, okay? So I'm expecting everyone to deliver as Mr. Almoro is an important client. So we must meet the deadline, okay? See you soon.
Good morning, everyone. The agenda for today is to evaluate the proposed shopwise structure of New Space Incorporated. And ORMC is here to present to you the project management to lessen the time of building shopwise.
And we now want to acknowledge the presence of Mr. Almoro, the Chief Executive Officer of SM Development Corporation, as well as the analysts of ORMC, Engineer Mamaclay, Gecolea, Alfonso, Terrible, and yours truly, Engineer Surel.
Also, the following engineers of New Space Incorporated are here with us, starting with Engineer Melissa Jaca, who was in charge of the plumbing, Engineer Sonny Buenaventura, who was in charge of the soil testing, Engineer Rizanelle Hernandez, who was in charge of the materials, Engineer Renjo Canillas, who was in charge of the surveying, and yours truly, Engineer Jeisel Alama, who was in charge of the estimation. And now the head engineer of New Space Incorporated, Engineer Ipil, will present the proposed plan for Shopwise Cabuyao.
And for the quantity take-off sheet that I've given you a while ago, there is a list of materials that we need for flooring, foundation, and also for roofing and other stuff. So here are the list. And now, Mr. Almoro, according to available data and available costs required, New Space Incorporated have decided to order these following materials on our suppliers. And here is our material cost estimate. And for the grand total, we have 20,613,425 pesos. Do you have any questions, sir?
Yes, I have two, actually. How will you ensure that the materials are in good quality and will be delivered on time?
Sir, as you can see, the suppliers that we had is with us years ago. So we will give you the assurance that supplies will be in good quality and will be delivered on time.
Can I ensure that the strength of the structure will not be sacrificed with the said budget?
Sir, with the budget that you've given us, we are proud to say that we met it. And New Space Incorporated analysis will say that the structure will not suffer any damage, given the fact that the amount or the budget that you've given us is as low as 25 million. And now, sir, we have here engineer Jireh Mamaclay that will explain to you the cost-benefit analysis.
Sir, according to your desired finish time, we, the Operations Research and Management Corporation analysts, have come up to a crash project that schedules the specific tasks like building the internal and external foundations, roofing and flooring constructions, pouring of concrete, installation of control and electrical systems, installation of other systems, and for the inspection of finalization. So our team concludes that in order to finish the project in 14 months, the cost will increase by 795,500 because if SMDC wants to finish it in 2 months earlier, it will require additional manpower and other factors in order to speed up the construction, therefore increasing its costs. I hope that you will consider our proposal, sir, since it is very beneficial to open your business earlier in order for you to generate earlier profit. Thank you, sir.
Do you have any other questions, sir?
Yes, actually, I have a question, but it's for ORMC. So, yeah, my question is, are there any other options for project crashing?
Sir, as an operations research analyst and as a leading corporation in operations research and management, we have used operations research application in order to come up with a limited time of construction in order for you to generate an early profit without sacrificing any other factors and without having incurring costs that will sacrifice your construction of SME.
Follow-up question is that the optimal plan for crashing the project?
Actually, sir, we have solved 2 finished construction time. The one is earlier in 2.5 months, and the other one that I have presented, which is 2 months earlier rather. So I believe that this is the optimal solution in order for us to finish the construction in 14 months.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions or concerns, sir?
No, I am satisfied with the given information. I'll get back to you soon.
So I guess that concludes our meeting today. So meeting is adjourned. Have a great day, everyone.